Now, I've noticed some of the commentary, particularly that has been made by the Labor Party regarding the call-out of our ADF. It's simply false, what they are saying. What we have done has been a compulsory call-out of up to 3,000 Defence Force reservists that required the signature and approval of the Governor-General of Australia. Now, the advice I have received from the Chief of the Defence Force is that has not occurred before in response to any disaster. Now, I was pretty clear about that on Sunday, and I think it's disappointing that some would seek to try and twist that into something other than what it is. Now, that's been backed up, of course, by the Recovery Agency and the $2 billion and all the other things I've referred to. But what has been different about our response in the last week and a half has been that the Commonwealth has been acting on its own initiative to go into these areas. It's been done in what I'd call a cooperative environment, but we haven't waited to be asked. And that was the key change that was made last Saturday week from the way that previous disasters have been dealt with. Now, that point about when that is actioned, and the most common thing that has been put to me is, should that have been done sooner? Well, as I said, the state of disaster had only been declared a day or two before that in Victoria, which hadn't been in place before that. And I think there'd be reasonable positions, I have no doubt put by Western Australia, that the Commonwealth's proactive, on its own initiative, involvement by Defence Forces and Commonwealth agencies is quite a significant step to take. And states have always, I think, been very affirmative about their ability to deal with these crises within their own state borders. And I think that has been the history of that performance. That said, clearly, based on the community expression that I've heard, they are looking for a more proactive, direct involvement of the federal government that doesn't just respond to requests for assistance, as has happened in previous ADF arrangements. Of course the ADF has been involved in previous disasters. They've done so at the request, and of course reservists were involved. Reservists were involved before we had a compulsory call-up. That's the ordinary course of ADF activities. But on this occasion, we had to go to the Governor-General to get him to sign off on this deployment and this compulsory call-up. That has never been done before. And those who suggest this wasn't quite an unprecedented step either haven't got the faintest idea what they're talking about, or I fear they're seeking to play politics at the most unfortunate of times.